I'm back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome me back. It's been forever since I've done a video and I really want to get back into it. I'm taking a course in my college right now that's like, you need to market your writing and who you are, so actually start posting things and not just pretending you're gonna post. So thank you for calling me out, Professor Holick. It was really nice, and I needed that little push. But I haven't really been inspired to make a video because it's been a hard time reading because I'm in school right now, and I am in school for creative writing. So you're like, wait, that doesn't add up. You should be reading a lot because you're in creative writing, and you would think that, yes. But I lack a certain time management skill that makes it a little bit hard. So I'm getting by with school. I'm actually about to graduate with my creative writing degree. So yay me. Then what else is new? I'm writing a book. And I'm not just saying that. I mean it. I'm actually like typing. Like the book is being typed like right now. Like literally not right now, but like every day it's being typed. And if you want to follow along on my progress, I also started making a blog. Is it the free default version of a blog? Yes. However, does that mean it's the free default version of my writing? No, it's premium. And I really put a lot of work into it. So if you want to go see, I have some more in-depth reviews over there. A lot of them will mirror what I do here if I actually convince myself to do what I'm supposed to be doing here. And yeah, then there's a thing that you can see what progress I am at my book, and you can see kind of what my book's going to be about. So shout out that, click that link. I'll put it in the description below. I've never thought I would have to say that. Click that link in the description below, smash that like button, and make a comment. There we go. I'm a professional YouTuber now. Actually, I don't know if you knew that about me, but I am. Anyways, what I want to talk about and why I was inspired to get back on here, sorry, the Steino Nuggy's just gonna, he's here, is a book called Redeeming Love. Now, this book was published in 1991 by a very popular Christian author named Francine. This book is hefty, like 500 pages almost. It's a long story. Did I devour it in 2 days? Yes. Did I devour it in 1 day the first day I read it? Yes. Now, I actually didn't read this book until like before the movie came out in 2022. I didn't even know the movie was coming out, so it was like major coinkydink, which probably isn't a coinkydink anyways, because I don't usually believe in those. It was purposeful. I needed to be learning something from this book and then the movie. So this is going to be a little comparison discussion video. I think they're fun because some of us just watch the movie and may not know what the book did right or better, and some of us maybe the other way, read the book but not watch the movie. But I did both, so you didn't have to. But if you like how it sounds, then maybe you could do both. So we'll get started talking about the book. It's set in the 1800s. It's actually a retelling of the Bible book Hosea, so you can kind of see where we're going to be going there. In the Bible book Hosea, the Lord tells Hosea to marry a prostitute because he wants to show Hosea how he loves the Israelites. So it's like the Israelites are always running away from him, always doing whatever, and he still has to love them, still chases them down. So Hosea now has to do that. So in the book, one of the main characters is Michael Hosea. He's our main guy. And it's like almost too on the nose because his last name's Hosea. I didn't really love that, but I'm okay with it. I'll accept it. We'll move on. This is the book we're talking about. Then Angel is actually her name's Sarah. You see that in the first little bit of the book. Then she's kind of renamed Angel when she becomes forced into prostitution as a little girl. Yeah, it's a messed up story. It's like a good story, but yeah, she's been through the ringer. It's not like PG. It tells you, you know, this is what's going on. This is what she's had to do. This is how she grew up, and this is why she's now a prostitute in the 1800s in a little town called Paradise. And so Michael Hosea prays that he would get a wife, and the Lord tells him, that's your wife, when he sees the prostitute walking. And he's like, oh, maybe I should have been more specific. But okay. So he goes, pays lots of money because Angel's like the highest at the little brothel thing. And he pays lots of money to see her, talk to her, yap, yap, yap. Obviously super tempting because she's like, come on, like, I know why you're here. Like, she does not, she has suppressed all emotions. Suppression. Because, I mean, honestly, you kind of have to in those situations to get through what you're being forced to do. And he's like, listen, I want to give you a good life. I want to take you out of here. But of course she's like, boy, like 5 other people told me that today. So why are you any different? She doesn't believe he's different. Obviously, she's got trust issues, surprise, crappy lifestyle, or crappy. She doesn't have the best childhood. That's what I'm trying to say. So yada yada yada. She ends up having to marry him. She says yes, but it's like, I don't really want to be here. And then throughout the course of the book, she leaves him, just like in the Bible book, Hosea. She leaves him, runs back to her old life. He chases her down, gets her back and forth, back and forth. She starts to love him more. And it's like, he's not like forcing her to be there. He's always like, he comes back, gets her, it's like, do you want to be here? She's like, no. So he has to bring her back, you know? So it's not like Stockholm Syndrome. She has free will. She can leave if she wants. He's genuinely trying to give her a better life. And she makes that choice to come back with him. But then after a while, her doubts and lies and thinking that her old life was better, she'll go back. So anyways, that's that. That's the book. We need to talk about the movie now because that is where my concerns come in. Also, sorry that the book summary is like not great. It's a long book. So I don't know how to tell you all of the details without absolutely ruining my voice. Movie time. I remember sitting in that theater and really excited because honestly this looked like way better quality than Christian movies are known for, which it is. And then the character Michael opened his mouth and spoke.
You're the one that helps him grow.
And I remember my heart sank because what was his accent? I'm not even joking. It is the worst part of the movie. The actor did not know how to do like a southern drawl. Also, why are we doing a southern drawl in like California? It didn't make sense to me that you didn't have to add that southern drawl. There's nothing in the book that says he has a southern drawl. And if the actor can't do a southern drawl, just have him talk normally. Like, that would have been most of my issues with this movie are the accents that they chose because the actors couldn't do it. It was bad. And I just really want to take a moment of silence because it could have been so much better. It really did. They had potential. Do I still love the movie? Yes. But I literally have to cringe and laugh at his accent every time he opens his mouth because sometimes it's there, sometimes it isn't, and it's just so bad. It's like if I try to, Angel, is this a life that you want? I don't know if this is a life that you want. Let's talk about who else has some issues with their accent, and the name would be Duke. Another thing that made me upset is that in this book, it does not explain, like, Duke was of this ethnicity, Duke was whatever, he looked like this. Like, it barely gives any definitions for who Duke is supposed to look like, who, by the way, is like the scary abuser, like, from when she was a kid. And that's kind of what projected her to be a prostitute, and that's how she got into it, was this guy Duke. So he's like the big bad guy of the whole book and movie. And in the movie, this guy has an Irish accent, once again with the Irish accent, so thinking like Lucky Charms dude. So he also looks AI generated. Weird. He just is not scary. He's also not a good actor. Let me just show you this clip.
We're not indispensable. She gets away again. I'll hold you accountable.
The line delivery is scary. The motion that he does is just so weird. It's like an Xbox, like if you're on one of those games that's kind of funded but not really funded. That's Georgie. Georgie! 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 This is Georgie and Buddy. And their little nightmares. Come here. Come here, Georgie. Come here, Buddy. Come here. Is Duke scary? No. Georgie, is Duke scary? No. Say no. No. Not my toilet being on display. Anyways, so Duke isn't scary. The actor can't act. He has an Irish accent for God knows what reason. Did it have to be like that? I'm saying no. I don't think it had. So what else they did wrong in the movie? Obviously, you're making a movie of a book that's like 500 pages. It makes sense that you're gonna miss a lot of things. So those are the two big things that I think if they had just changed, gotten a better Duke, made Michael not have a goofy boofy accent, the movie would have been so much better. But the other things is discrepancies is that Sally in the book is someone who becomes eventually like the leader of a brothel herself, but in the book in the movie she's displayed as like a hero. So that was a little weird. It's like they didn't really characterize her. They also brought in the secondary characters of like Miriam and her family, but you don't get to know them as much in the movie. Like in the book, they're a good quarter of the book, getting to know them, characterizing them, and how they interact with the main characters. But in the movie, you don't get that, so how are we really supposed to connect? But I will say that the chemistry between Miriam and Paul in the movie is honestly better than the chemistry between Michael and Angel in the movie, which is kind of sad because they're supposed to be the main characters. But they just, I don't know. I think it was his accent. Again, I'm gonna blame everything that I don't like on this movie on Michael's terrible, horrible accent. It's just so bad. I can't get past it. I can't live my life when he talks like that. Right. The controversy is that Christians are coming to see this movie. They think it's another PG, perfect Christian movie. And then, oh, there's nudity. Oh, there's sexual content. Oh, there's references. Yeah, so it is about a prostitute, and it is about her being at a brothel and being abused. So if you were scared, if you were alarmed, if you were clutching your pearls during this, I'm just wondering if you read the book, because I'm assuming you didn't. The book was much worse. So anyone who was like, it's too scandalous, I think it was just real. Now again, if you have your own like convictions about not wanting to see that, that's totally fine. I'm totally, hey, respect that. But to say this is a movie like derived from sin and is looking too much like Hollywood and all that, I just don't really get it. I think they took the product and they tried to stay what the storyline was, and you can't do that properly without showing a little stuff, you know, being a little real. So right. And then on the other end, it's like all the critics on Rotten Tomatoes hated it, which is funny because the critic reviews are terrible, the audience reviews are great, so you know that's a funny movie. And a lot of the critic reviews say, wow, they're just preaching to the choir. I think they give a bad score because they're just sad they're not part of the choir. But y'all, you can be a part of the choir, just come on, be a part of the choir, it's fine. Yes, of course it's preaching to the choir, it's literally a Christian movie, like, there are going to be Christian themes. I don't see why that's confusing or off-putting. I don't think it was marketed as not, you know? Anyways, basically the movie leaves some stuff to be desired, but it's still a fun watch. There are some scenes that you may need to skip through if you're not comfortable. Like I said, totally fine. But is it a sinful movie? No. It still has the same themes that are in the book. The book is heavy. The movie is also kind of trying to be heavy. It's not going to sugarcoat it. Like, how are you going to have a prostitute that's fully covered? Because I'm confused now. And if you can't respect a movie for being real, I don't really know why you're watching the movie anyways, you know? It said it was PG-13. It didn't lie. It didn't lie. It stayed relatively clean for what it could have done if it really followed the book. It could have been R. We could have been scared too much. But you can only do so much insinuating in a book about brothels, prostitution, without making it just so Hallmark, and like they're not gonna sleep in separate beds. Like that wasn't what the book was written for. So yeah, just be wary of that. Look at their websites that tell you what happens, when to skip, when to fast forward, if that's how you're feeling. If you think the themes are weird, try and go read the Bible book Hosea, because it'll maybe give you some context for what you're watching. It's not gonna follow a typical romance. It's not what it is. It's digging more deep into love and selfless love and loving someone despite what they may do and what they may say, and learning how to not change your past but change your future and step forward and move through that. It's not a feel good like, ooh, everything's perfect. It's sad and it's deep, and then there's just hope at the end of it. I think is really good. So yeah, that's all I have. Maybe I'll start uploading more. Maybe I won't. You never know. Will I, Betty?
Will I upload more?
Buddy says it's highly likely that I will not.
What do you know? What do you guys know? You say bye? Oh, say bye. Bye. Goodbye.